It's Warzone 2 ranked. So finally has been announced Warzone 2 ranked is coming out. And we were supposed to get it at the beginning of season 3. We ended up getting it, or going to get it, I should say. We're going to be getting it in the season 3 reloaded, which is happening here in a few days. Last time I looked at it was May 10th. So literally in about 4 days span, because today's May 6th, we're going to be having Warzone 2 ranked. In that, we're going to go over the really exciting things that are going to be coming alongside with Warzone 2 rank. So let's get started. So as we can see here, ladies and gentlemen, Call of Duty Battle Royale hits Warzone 2 will be getting a ranked mode in season 3. So players can go up against other players of their skill levels, earn rewards, and rank up to compete amongst the best. Again, this is our season 3 reloaded, and there's a lot of things going on. Warzone 2 rank has been anticipated, and right here, as we can see, we're going to be getting it May 10th. Hopefully, no changes to that. Here are the rule sets, though, which I think are a pretty big W. Another thing that isn't mentioned in here, let me make sure. Yeah, it isn't. This got released earlier, I think just yesterday, by Modern Warzone, and I can find that tweet for you here in just a second. But the cool thing about ranked, which they're trying to combat cheaters, a lot of people are saying, well, if there's a lot of cheaters in ranked, then it's really going to mean nothing at the end of the day. And genuinely, I can see that, because that's been the epidemic for Warzone since the beginning of time when it first launched, where we had maybe a few weeks of absolute, like, genuine, authentic gameplay Warzone, and then just cheaters started coming out loose like crazy. Took them a while for them to get the reins on them, but then they finally got the reins on them. So one of the things that isn't mentioned here, in order to play ranked, you have to be level 45, which is pretty huge. It takes about 20 hours. Modern Warzone was saying a statistic for a cheater account to get up to level 45. So that's a whole day span. So that's gonna be good, and that hopefully allows a Ricochet to catch something before that cheater account actually makes it to level 45, and hopefully they implement it. I would even go larger than that. I would probably say you're not allowed to play ranked until you're level 70, because that takes a longer time, and you're getting more committed players. But I can understand why they're doing it a little bit low. That way they don't lose a lot of the player base that actually genuinely wants to play it. Will be coming back to play it, because we're going to probably see some people that just left Warzone to come back to Warzone to be able to play some ranked. And the last thing they want to know, if they're on a fresh account or if they're not the right level, is, man, dang, bro, I got to grind all the way up to X amount number. So what they're already going to be doing, the thing is just it's a lower level. So the party size is going to be trio. It's going to be big map only, which I think is a big dub. It's battle royale mode. Very huge thing. It's basically going to be like bare bones. Almost, if you guys remember Iron Trials, there is no changes to TTK, by the way, major L. But Iron Trials, where they removed certain things, like they did remove public events, and then they did remove the ability. What I would say, before I continue, not sure exactly on the public events. I'm trying to think in my head. I want to say that there was public events, but I could be wrong. But in Iron Trials, they removed things like Deady and all that other stuff. So it really, to play the game, it had to make you elevate your skill levels in order to really succeed at the game, which I really enjoyed about it. The increase in TTK was always great, because gunfights just felt so good, because you could actually get into a gunfight. If you took Ego Child or just took a wrong gunfight, you were able to then back away, regain, reassess the situation, and then figure out how you're going to challenge the squad. Or in some cases, actually get away, which is impossible right now in Warzone 2. You can't, like, if you get shot and there's no shots going towards the other person to make them stop shooting, you're dead. That's it. TTK is basically multiplayer TTK, which is insane. Even at full plates. So that's something crazy. But one of the things that, at the end of the day, sorry, I'm trying to get like stream markers in here. That way I know stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm really appreciative that at least they're removing all the public events. They're not allowing things like the heavy choppers, which is great. And I'm not sure if they're messing with the lifespan of the regular choppers. Who knows? Being trio size, I think trios is a good mix, honestly. And being able to like duo, trio would help out a lot of ranked players, in my opinion. Because right now I've been playing solo duos and we've been fragging pretty hard. I've been enjoying that, just picking up my game, but trios is going to be a thing. It has an actual good SPMM as well. The thing, it's going to be a lot like multiplayer rank. So a lot of this information too was given by JGod. So I'm going to just, shout him out. Dextredo really did get most of the information from JGod. JGod has a video up on his YouTube explaining this as well. But one of the things though that is cool is that just like the multiplayer system, you're going to be able to play from like bronze all the way up to plat, I think. And then after you pass plat, you're going to only be able to play with like diamonds and above, or diamonds and like crimson, I think. And then it's like crimsons and up to 250, whatever it is. But there is going to be actually separated. There's going to be separated SPMM lobbies, I guess you could say. So that way you're able to play with people that are actually at your skill level. So that's a huge thing. That's literally a huge thing to me. That way you kind of know, like, yo, if I'm getting crapped on, it's because the other person's better at the end of the day. Another big thing is restricted gameplay elements. So no multi-circles, changes in redeploy mechanics. So there's not going to be redeploys. From what I've been told, the ability to redeploy is going to be gone. Things like that are not available in rank mode, which is pretty huge. It stops the abilities where if you want to focus on taking out the sweatiest squad, you go and take out that sweaty squad, and there's a guarantee that they're not coming back. So it reminds me a lot lately, because we have been playing a lot of Fortnite. It reminds me of us playing and we see some sweaty people, and right when we wipe out the sweaty people, it feels like it levels out the playing field, and we're the top dogs at that point. So it's like, I think Warzone 2 rank could turn into the hunt for the sweaties, and then once you knock out the sweaty team, or if the sweaty team knocks you out, then you kind of know who's taking that match at that time. We're going to go over the ranked SR system, because they're going to have an SR system on there, which is pretty cool. Like, I think it's pretty well balanced, and it's pretty dope. Makes a lot of sense as well. Buy station inventory adjustments. So for this one specifically, they're going to have the same across the board. They are going to have limits on things like, I believe it was cluster strikes, precision airstrikes, and counter UAVs. You can get up to 2. Limited UAVs are back only in rank, which I'm super excited. Hopefully they copy that over to just regular pub, because really there's no reason to not have it there. Everybody runs Ghost. You can run Ghost and Overkill and double time. So it's like, and then if you get another loadout, if you do the 2 loadout strat, you're able to just replace your Overkill with whatever, like EOD. You're still able to run Ghost. The biggest thing that you won't be able to do is, like, if you want to run on high alert, you got to obviously sacrifice Ghost, because it is a 3rd perk tier in order to get high alert. But there's really no other things that people are running. You're either running double time, Overkill, Battle Harden, or EOD for your first perk slot. Sleight of hand, Scavenger, or a few others for your second perk slot. And then you're running Ghost or High Alert. So there's no really third option there. People don't really use Bird's Eye anymore, because it's not broken anymore. It was broken when if anybody turned on a UAV, you got a free personal UAV. But now I think Bird Eye is only to your squad, so which doesn't matter, because if I pop a UE, then I get the UE. Like, I see that UE regardless if I have Bird's Eye or not. So there's no real competition for that. So I don't see a real reason in Warzone 2 why you wouldn't swap that over. But the devs do what they want to do, chat. I'm not sitting here going to argue with that. At the end of the day, there's a lot of stuff. So the rank system is going to be pretty cool. They're going to give you placements between 1st and 20th place, which is pretty crazy. Kills, assists, and kills by your squad all count, which is huge. 21 plus squads remaining, SRs go up 5. Eliminations go up 2. Then if you're the 3rd through 20, they go up 7 per elimination and 3 per assist. And then the top 3 squads, we're looking at 15 plus SR per elimination and 7. So I'm not sure the way that JGod actually explained this. I'm not sure if it's kills after that point that only count, or if it's all kills, including after that point, that you get the buff in SR. So that's kind of something that I didn't kind of understand. It was kind of weird in that conversation of the video, but at the end of the day, I still think this is pretty dope. For most people that are good at the game, most people that are good at Warzone, you're going to probably land in the top 20 spot. So you're still getting SR. Now, you're probably not going to get the maximum SR that you're looking for, but at the end of the day, you're still going to have a progressive SR going up. And obviously, I think even for a win, you're going to be able to do that. So the SR ranks in between that for you guys to see that. So bronze is going to be from 0 to 899 SR. Then we're looking at 900 to 2099 is silver SR. Then you got the gold, which will be 2100 to 3599 SR. Platinum will be 3600 to 530.99 or 399 in SR. Then you have diamond, that's 5400 up all the way up to basically 7500. 7500, oh well, 74.99 I guess. And then 7500 up to 99 is crimson. 1000 SR minimum, or no, 10,000 I should say. SR minimum is iridescent, and then anything above 10,000, you're just competing for top 250 in the Warzone ranks. That's pretty it. There is deployment fees, which deduct SR from players before they start every match, and the fee increases as you get higher. So, as we see here, bronze, you have no deployment fees at all. Silver through silver 3, it looks like you get a 4-point increase in that. I'm looking at gold, and it's roughly like a 5-point increase on top of that. So, like 20. Well, I mean, like, in the differentiations, it's still a lot. 23, right, to 33 is still, that's a 10-point jump from gold 1 to gold 3 in general. But overall, like, each tier, you're going that much. It gets significantly higher, though, if we're looking at that. Platinum, 39 to 51. That's an 11-point increase. We're looking at it. It gets, like I said, it gets a little bit higher. Crimson, that's a 20-point increase. So as you keep going higher, it keeps doing that. And then iridescent in top 250 is 110 plus 10 SR every 250 SR and above. Wait. Demands, oh dang. So when you hit the 250 mark, when you're a part of the top 250, you're looking at 210, which is huge. Anti-cheat measures. Wonder if they did that here. They do have protection, right? So that's huge. If somebody backs out, you won't lose any. So if you're doing the trios, right, and then becomes a duo trios, you won't lose any SR if you stay for the game. Any SR that you do gain, you keep. So that's the cool thing. But if you lose, you don't lose any SR. You don't get debump. They also added a buffer, which they did add to rank, where once you get to a new, so like if I go from bronze 1 to bronze 2, I got game protection assistance. So that means for 3 games, if I lose 3 games and just like die off the rip every single game, I'm not going to lose SR for 3 games. But after the 3rd game, if I die off the rip again and I'm negative and I didn't get any SR that game to keep me going forward, I will be losing that, obviously, which is huge. Warzone ranked play system, there's going to be top 25. I have 1 stars, top 10, 2 stars, and first place is 3 stars, which is huge. And they got also like aesthetics and other rewards as well, just like how they do for the multiplayer rank as well. So that's going to be pretty huge. It's looking pretty nice. Final thoughts on this, guys, before we do swap is end of day. I would say go into Warzone rank with like beyond the thoughts of grain of salt. I would not have any expectations set up for yourself. Genuinely just hope that the game runs fluidly. I would just say that it just works well. And that's probably it. I'm not even going in there when I start playing Warzone 2 rank. Like, I'm not even going in there with any hopes. I'm just seeing it for what it is, leaving it at that, and whatever happens, happens. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, guys? If you guys enjoyed the content, head over to our Patreon, where you can unlock the full conversation and have exclusive access to every single podcast that we recorded live for only $5 a month. On top of that, get yourself some nice discounts for Cha-Ching Apparel, which is our merch shop. On top of that, you guys get an exclusive Patreon member only section unlock in our Discord. With your guys' support, you help us continue being able to redefine value for human impact and get content like this in front of individuals who need it the most. As well, you help us be able to encourage every single person to work on their physical health, mental health, relational health, spiritual health, and financial health. I appreciate the support, guys. I'll catch you on my next one.